y bienvenidos. Welcome to Molé Mama Cooking with Love podcast. I am Molé Mama, and I am excited to be changing up our platform and talking to you live on video. I have a YouTube channel, so I've done it a little bit, but this is a little bit different. I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about me today, and in 2020, we're going to be doing a lot more video podcasting. I don't even know what the word is for that. I like to share journeys about amazing chefs and artisans and other entrepreneurs who usually have to do about lots and lots to do about cooking and their love of cooking. But today, since it's my very first one, I thought I'd start us off by telling you a little bit more about me, about Molé Mama. So first of all, we are sitting in my new kitchen, which I am so excited about. We lived in Northern California for over 20 years and recently relocated to Southern California. And right behind me, that's why we bought the house. I have a stove that I've only dreamt about in my life. So if you're listening and you're not over on YouTube to watch this, you might want to check it out if you have a stove thing like me, because this is crazy. I have a Wolf stove, kind of can't see the oven, but I have this double oven on the bottom. I can actually cook 72 cupcakes at one time in one of my ovens. Like, I never thought that was possible. It's gas on top, electric on the bottom, but oh my gosh, I love my stove. So I think a lot of our podcasts moving forward, depending if I can get my guests in my kitchen or we'll be doing them remote, will be here because this is where Molé Mama started. I grew up on a dairy farm in Central California. My mother, Rose, was like an amazing, amazing cook. I loved her food. She is in heaven now, and I tried to learn as many of her recipes as possible. And I often get this a lot, so I'm just gonna come out with it now, but I'm a Latina, si hablo español. And a lot of people are like, you're what? Yes, I'm Mexican and Portuguese, and I'm tall. So my hair's colored, but I'm tall. I'm really tall. I'm almost 5'9". So, but I am, and therefore I cook a lot of Mexican food, a lot of Portuguese food, and let's go back to the farm because I grew up on a dairy farm, and yes, I've milked cows. People have asked me that many, many times. Yes, I was a 4-H'er. If you've never heard of that, Google it. It's a club for kids that raise animals and show them at county fairs. That was me. I had steers and sheep and did sewing and cooking. So I had this really amazing life as a child where I was in the dirt, wore brown all the time. Brown was my color because that's what my mom put us in because she didn't want to see the dirt on us every day. But anyway, my joy is food, and my joy is sharing my food with others. My joy is also helping you and others learn to cook the food that brings us so much joy. So if you stick with me and you check out my YouTube channel, you can learn how to make crunchy tacos, enchiladas, chimichangas, and so many other amazing Mexican recipes. There's also some amazing recipes from Portugal. I was there a couple years ago and I cooked with some local chefs there, and oh my gosh, so good. All right, so we're going back to the farm. So on our farm, we had Jersey cows. These are Jersey cows. They're black and white. Actually, you know what? They're not Jersey cows. What am I talking about? They're Holsteins. Oh no. Okay. It's been a long time since I was on the farm, but these are Holsteins. And this is actually this cow that I'm holding up for you listening. I'm holding up a plastic cow. It's just a toy, but it was the first gift that I ever gave my dad. I actually got my mom to order it out of the Sears catalog. For those of you who are old enough to remember what catalogs are, we used to order things and they'd come to your house. And I ordered this for my dad, I think when I was about 9 years old, because he milked cows. And I still have it, which is kind of fun. And it's in my house, of course. I'm very sentimental. If you listen to me, you'll learn about that. The other thing I wanted to tell you about the farm is that my mother made us homemade flour tortillas every single day of my life. And so I learned how to make those And it wasn't until recently that I finally started learning how to make those on my own. I haven't actually shared the recipe on YouTube yet, but my Tia Trini's recipe is there and they're really, really good. So if you're a tortilla fan, you got to check those out. And then, so I love, love, love tacos. Oh my gosh, tacos are my thing. And I love crunchy tacos. Our YouTube crunchy taco video has over 100,000 views now. And you know, sometimes people ding me, they're like, you're calling it homemade, but you're using store-bought tortillas. Yes, I use store-bought tortillas, but I still think they're homemade. That's what my mom said. And they're so delicious. Once you have a crunchy taco, you're never going back. And once you make them for your family, oh my gosh, they're never letting you go back. So check those out. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about today is that cheese. Okay, I'm holding up my cow again because, oh my gosh, I love cheese. I love, love, love cheese. It's like one of my favorite things on the planet. Might be because I grew up on a dairy farm. Might be that my mother made us homemade cheese and homemade butter and unbelievable. A lot of my recipes have cheese. A lot of my posts on Instagram and everywhere have cheese. I love ice cream. I allow myself to eat ice cream at least once a week because I just celebrate life. And hey, what better way to celebrate life than with ice cream? And right now, my favorite ice cream spot is Handel's in Encinitas, California. They have 55 flavors every single day. And they change all the time. And you can go in and you can taste as many as you want. Like, how cool is that, right? All right. The other thing that I do is I barbecue. Yes, I am a girl who grills. I grill on wood. My mother taught me how to grill on oak. I don't use sauces. It's, if you do, that's awesome. It's not what we did. I grew up in Santa Maria, California. If you Google Santa Maria tri-tip, you'll see it's a real big thing. And we grill on oak wood. It's usually dry rubs and therefore. So I don't have any videos. I will be making some of those soon. I have a really cool grill, but you can check out my Instagram. I have some really cool pictures of my wood pit. And yeah, it's kind of fun, kind of awesome. So yeah, I still eat meat. I am trying to do more plant-based, but God, I'm a farm kid. It's hard to take that out of me. All right. And I kind of saved some of the best things for last. So I have a molcajete, all right? This is out of volcanic rock, and it's basically a pestle and a modal. I can't even speak. It's a mortar and a pestle. Gosh. All right. Anyway, in my culture and the Mexican culture, it's used for making moles and salsas, and you can cook with it. I make a queso chorizo fundido it's basically a spicy cheese dip that you throw in the oven, and it's crazy awesome. So you can throw these in the oven, but they're out of volcanic rock. Mine came from my grandma Magdalena, and she migrated into this country from Mexico, and it was one of the only things that she brought with her. And my mother gave it to me, and I've had it for many, many years. I use it every day. It sits on my counter over there. And so if you follow me, you're going to hear a lot of this because I use this thing a lot, and I love it. And I think that it puts magic into my food. I really, really do. I think that all the love of my mother's hands, my grandmother's hands, my abuelita, my tias, everybody else, it all lives in here, and I get to use it. So how lucky am I? And if you don't have one, you should get one. It's a super cool thing to use. It's great for stress relieving. It actually grinds things up like really well, like so fast. You can do garlic in here like there's no tomorrow. All right. So you're going to be learning a lot more about my magical molcajete this year. I have a new cookbook coming out, so more to come. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is my book. So here's my book. It's called Molé Mama, a memoir of love, cooking, and loss. It is a story about me and my mother and the last 13 months of her life. And that's where I really perfected her recipes. When we cooked together, I don't know if you have these people in your life. My mom was an amazing chef, home chef. But one of the things that she did, none of her recipes were written down. And also when we cooked together, she would come behind me and like spice things up. And then I would never know what she would do. We would make chili beans. I would leave the room for a moment, the kitchen. I would come back and my beans were a different color. I'd be like, what did you do? She's like, I don't know. I just threw this, a little bit of that. And anyway, so when she was really ill during the last 13 months of her life, I made a bunch of visits to see her. And it was during that time when she was in the hospital bed that I was able to actually cook her recipes and have her taste test them, and I perfected them. So that's how we said goodbye to each other. So my book's a little sad, but it also is filled with so much love and so much just joy that I had with my mom during those last few months of her life. And now I've been able to perfect her recipes, and those are the recipes that I'm sharing with all of you. And there are 11 of our recipes in the back of that book. And, you know, as far as doing Molé Mama and why I'm doing it, it's all about sharing my love of cooking and helping you learn to cook or add new recipes. But also, I really believe that the way that we connect with each other around food is magical. It's absolutely magical. And for me to have people that have read my book saying, you know, how much it helped them with their own grief or their own last, you know, memories, and to hear that they could smell our food in their kitchen, and it's that connection. And also on YouTube, to see people making those recipes and to see my crunchy tacos and our crunchy tacos being made all over the world, that's what it's all about. Because I know that there are more things that I have in common with you than I have different. And I just want us to experience our connections. And I think that is truly through food. So I hope that you will join us again. I have a lot of exciting things happening in 2020. Next week, my guest is going to be Hola Jalapeno, somebody I follow on Instagram. She has amazing recipes and photos, and wow, you're going to love her. And the week after that, I am doing my first green room. Oh my gosh. I was invited to interview a Californian comedian, a mom who's really, 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 really funny. And I'm so excited. I'm going to be going to her green room in San Diego and actually interviewing her. And we're going to be streaming it live. So I'm a little nervous, but it should be fun. I'm also going to be taking her some food because, my goodness, the woman has a show to do. She has to have some snacks. All right. So thank you for tuning in to Molé Mama Cooking with Love. And remember to add the most important ingredient to every recipe you make. This week, your love. That is your magic. So as my mama used to say, que Dios te bendiga. May God bless you. Have a wonderful week, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful day, and happy cooking, everyone. Bye. So as my mama used to say, que Dios te bendiga. May God bless you. Have a wonderful week, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful day, and happy cooking, everyone. Bye.